So we're back with you at Summernats 32. We just want to talk to you a little bit about some of the nostalgic stuff that arises at Summernats. And this is behind us, Pat Fay's old hearse, and a lot of the older guys will remember Pat Fay, an iconic street machine back in the early street machine show days. So we're here with Pete Fitzpatrick, and Pete's just going to tell us a little bit about how it's all evolved.
Well, it came up on Facebook that my wife Michelle was reading it, that Carol, Pat's wife, said that her mum and dad sort of got dementia and had to put in a home. That's where the car had been for the last couple of years after she recovered it, and didn't know what she was going to do with the car. So me being me, and I think I was travelling into work the next morning, and something from above, and I think it's a big curly man from above, said to me, "Look after my car." So I got on to Simon Tell from Street Machine, and then Russell Abers from the Summernats office, and I said, this is what I want to do, but I need a lot of help. So it evolved from that, and they thought it was a great idea of being Pat's car, and being what it is, and probably one of the first in the scene, in the van scene, and the street machine and the custom cars in the country. And everyone that knew Pat never had a bad word to say about him, only that he needed to cut his hair and talk a bit softer.
That's right.
But so it started from there, and then I started ringing around a few people to talk to them, and first of all, like I rang Steve from Shannons, said, "Do you want to get involved with this and look after us?" And then it went from there. Then Russell got in contact with the TAFE College here in Canberra, and they wanted to be on board left, right and centre. And then it just evolved, and we have PPG and a lot of other companies now that have come on board. And hopefully that we will have this car finished for 2020 and unveil it at MotorX in Melbourne for what it was back in the day. So it won't be quite the same as it is now, other than it won't be this purple anymore. It'll be black like it was, and we will bring it back to what it was back in the late 70s when Pat first did it. And then the car will end up in a museum, so it'll be for everybody to enjoy what was back in the iconic cars in our scene from back in the 70s. So it should be a great thing. Oh,
that's brilliant, Pete. And look, Shannons are really proud to be part of it, of course. And we do as much as we can within the whole scene as often as we can. So thanks for having us involved.
Well, like I said, I've been involved with Shannons for a long time as well, as you well know.
That's right.
So, and I wanted to keep all the people and all the companies, and mainly Australian, because it is an original FJ Hearse, and I believe it was only one of 3 or 4 ever built as a hearse. And it is an original hearse. It comes with the haunted ghosts and everything in the back. And I wanted all Australian companies, for a better word, for 99% of the projects that go on the car. Rare Spares will come on board, that's going to supply us whatever they can. And there's a heap of other companies, and if you go onto the Facebook page, which is Pat Fay's FJ Hearse, there's a thing on there that you can go.
People can get involved?
And get involved, and if they read the blurb that's on there, you can get involved as much as you like, and any company that wants to come on, just contact us, and it'll be really great. Because it's an iconic Australian car, because too many of them end up in the tip. And as you can see, a lot of people think that it's in bad repair, but I don't think they know how we build cars. This is pretty good compared to some of the things that we start with in our scene. So it's a pretty good base height, but it has deteriorated over the last 22 years.
As they do,
But that comes with it, but we don't want it to deteriorate anymore.
Fantastic, mate. And look, I remember it from all those years, and spoke to Pat on numerous occasions with a lot of my mates, so very well remembered, and a lovely bloke. So we've got Steve as well from CI2, so Steve, just let us know a bit about your involvement as well, if you don't mind.
We've had a close working relationship with Summernats previously. We were obviously involved on farm truck for last year's Summernats 31. So straight away I was keen to be on board with this, because it was taking that previous project, and this is going to include more trade apprentices from different fields. So especially the body repair and refinishing. We have a close relationship with PPG already. So it's going to be great that they come on board to support us with all the coatings and primers.
Brilliant.
So once the Summernats over and done with, it's back to fishwick tape.
Yep.
Strip it down to the shell, and then it's off to the blasters.
Get stuck in.
Then that's where the hard work starts.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of body work that's got to be redone with the fittings with the grill and the lights.
Yeah.
And obviously where the rust sections are from being weathered. But no, everyone's pumped about it.
Yeah, fantastic.
We've got apprentices here this weekend with Summernats to tell their excitement about how they're going to be involved.
Yeah, and they'll probably learn a little bit of history about Pat and the way it's all came about all those years ago.
Yeah.
So thanks to the Canberra Institute of Tech, mate.
No,
well
thank
done.
you.
Thanks to Pete. Pete's gone, but that's a huge thing that Pete's undertaken.
Yeah,
and
it's without the partnerships that these projects aren't successful.
That's right. Yeah, and he's the man to do it. I mean, he's
definitely.
Uncle Pete to all us. We've known him for that long. But also PPG, fantastic involvement from PPG. And I'm sure everybody can jump on Facebook, go to the Pat Fay Hearse page and check it all out. So thanks very much, and we'll get back to you soon.